Hello, hi guys, welcome you all to the DevOps Delight YouTube channel. In today's video, we are going to see yet another task of our 100 days of DevOps challenge. I am here on the Chrome browser. Let me type engineer.kodekloudengineer.com/practice, hit enter. I directly got this tasks UI because I auto-saved my password and username. In your case, it may differ. It will prompt you to enter your username and password. Once you have given those details, you will also get the same screen as like me. Let me click on the start button just beside the 100 days of DevOps headline. Today is our day 11. As part of day 11, we are going to see how to install and configure Tomcat server task. Let me click on the start button. It may take 1 or 2 minutes to load our task. Meanwhile, I'm skipping the video here for a while. Yes, we got our task. First, let me read the task, then we will look into the solution. The Nautilus application development team recently finished the beta version of one of their Java-based applications, which they are planning to deploy on one of the app servers in Stratos DC. After an internal team meeting, they have decided to use Tomcat application server. Based on the requirements mentioned below, complete the task. Install Tomcat server and app server 2. Configure it to run on port 6000. There is a root.war file on jump host at location/tmp. Deploy it on this Tomcat server and make sure the web page works directly on base URL, that is called http://stapp02:6000. Okay, so now there was some root.war file in the jump host at /tmp location. Let me go ahead and check whether that file exists in the jump host or not. And yes, we can able to see root.war file. And then we need to copy it to the Tomcat server. So we need to install Tomcat server on the app server 2 and configure it to run on port 6000. If you are aware, a Tomcat server by default runs on some port and we need to run it on the 6000. Okay, and once we ran it on 6000 port, it should be accessible. And yeah, let's do this. Now, first, before going to login into the app server 2, let me copy this root.war file from jump host to the app server 2. SCP is the protocol that I'm going to use. What is the source file that we are trying to move? Temp root.war, and where we wanted to move it. So it is to be into the app server 2. Let me click on this details of all users and servers button to get app server 2 details. So app server 2 username is Steve and this is the password. Let me copy the password. Come back here. Steve @stapp02:/tmp. I'm going to move it into the /tmp directory of app server 2. So let me type yes and then let me give this Steve user password. Yeah, it is successfully moved. Now let me log into the app server 2. Steve is the username and stapp02 is the server name. Now let me give the password. Enter. Now I am inside the app server 2. First let me go to the /tmp directory and check whether this root.war exists or not. Yes, we got it. Now let me see sudo systemctl status Tomcat to see if Tomcat server Tomcat package already exists in this app server 2 or not. So let me get the password, paste it here, enter. Tomcat services could not be found. So now let me install Tomcat sudo. Before that, let me check what is the OS distribution. So anyway, it is going to be Linux, but CentOS. So for CentOS, we need to use sudo yum install tomcat -y. Yeah, just wait for a while. It is going to install Tomcat package in our app server tool. Yes, it is completed. Now, if you do the sudo systemctl status Tomcat, see, it is in inactive state. Okay, so we need to restart it, but before restarting they asked us to do another thing, right? We need to configure it to run on port 6000. So before making changes, we need to know on which port it is running. For that, we need to go to cat etc/tomcat. We go to this directory. I'm not sure where it exists, so let me go to this particular directory, ls-l. Yes, yeah, server.xml. We need to check the server.xml file. This is the configuration file where we can change the port number of our Tomcat server. So let me search for connector port. See here, we need to check for the connector port. It is by default running on the 8080. We need to configure it to 6000. Now let me edit it. To edit the server.xml file, we need to use sudo vi server.xml and then come down. See here, endpoint by which requests are received and responses are returned. So here we need to change it. Press I and then 6000. Now escape :x, enter. Sudo systemctl restart Tomcat. Sudo systemctl status Tomcat to check the Tomcat server running status. Now it is active and running. And if everything we did works well, it should be accessible on this particular URL. Let me copy it and see if it exists. See, we can't able to see any data. The reason for it is we copied this root.var file on the jump host from jump host to /tmp, but we did not copy it into this particular server where it hosts. So for that we need to do /tmp root.var. From here we need to copy it to the /usr share Tomcat. Permission denied, so we need to use the sudo. Now it is copied. Now if we try to do the let me restart it. Sudo systemctl restart Tomcat. Still it is not available. I think we need to copy it to the web apps. Let me check the particular path. cd usr share Tomcat web apps. Yeah, actually we need to copy it to this particular path. I missed the path, so let me go back and type web apps. Now let me do the sudo systemctl restart Tomcat. Now if I try to call, I should be able to see. Let me check. See, now I can able to see. The reason is that we need to move that root.var file into the web apps directory. So yeah, since we have completed our task, let me click on this check button to validate our work. Click on confirm. Yes, we did it right. Congratulations. That's it for this video, guys. See you tomorrow with yet another task of our 100 days of DevOps task challenge. Till then, keep learning, keep practicing. Please let me know in the comments if you have any queries related to any of these code cloud engineering tasks or any DevOps and cloud related things. Thank you.